Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax. I am back today with PSA returns. This is round 33. Large round for round 33, about 141 cards over the course of about 5 different users who submitted. So decent sized round, that's for sure. We've got a decent amount of variation of both Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, we're seeing stuff kind of all over the board, some older stuff, some newer stuff, Japanese, stuff we kind of typically see. And then on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Front, we're starting to see a little more of the cards that are typically submitted, your Egyptian God cards, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon. That said, there's also some newer stuff in here that kind of blew me away a little bit, so we'll get into that definitely. But this first part's only going to be 70 cards, as 70 cards was one submission alone, and we'll be reviewing that. So to kick it off, we'll start with these 70 cards sitting in front of me sideways. These are from Monkey220MS, who had a 70 card submission. So we'll start with this palette, this little pile, excuse me, on the left here. Start off with Dark Magician, Dark Machamp. Here I am talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. I've now somehow found a way to combine the two. And this round came back, this order, I guess I should say. This particular order came back what I thought was fairly strong. Good grades for the most part. Lots of these cards, lots of the Japanese cards in particular, graded high. We've got lots of really great holographics in here. We've got Sabrina's Gaze, huge collector card, came back as a Gem Mint 10. Got a couple of Split Earth Ryokus, 9 and 10. Move that pile just a little bit, a little easier to access. More Split Earth, Vaporeon, Politoed, great artwork on a lot of the Split Earth cards. Kabutops, Umbreon, Starmie, probably one of my favorite cards from Split Earth is, in fact, that Starmie. That way that card is illustrated is magnificent, really. Very well done. Lydian. Some Mysterious Mountains. Some Zatus. Three of those. Good grades on them. Articuno. Looks like it's flying around a building or a castle or something. Originally when I viewed the card, I had a tough time figuring out what this was on the right hand side, and then I realized it's a set of stairs and what looked like castle walls. Beedrill. A couple of these. I know you guys can see grades as I'm going, so I'm not spitting out Gem Mint 10 every time I hold one up. There are a number in this particular submission. Another Machamp. Always been a fan of Machamp. Steelix. Another big one for me. Got Magneton. It's very colorful illustration on there. I like how the looks like almost like mirrored or glassed Pokeball sitting there in a field. That's really cool. Love the artist's rendition of that. Cargo. Nidoqueen. One of my favorite Gyarados cards has to be this one from Mysterious Mountains. It's very plain. Just, face of Gyarados, but, that color around it really kind of brings it together. It looks like it's spitting fire or something. I think that's really cool. Swine. Vulpix, base set 2. Got a couple of those. And a base set 2 Mewtwo as well. Moving right along, we'll get to that second pile of cards. Another base set 2 Mewtwo. Charizard. Base set 2 Charizard. Magneton. Blastoise, Zapdos, Poliwrath, Clefable. I actually see more base set 2 cards come through these days. It's actually rather impressive how much that set has picked up in terms of popularity. It used to be a kind of a wash. Most people didn't collect base set 2, but I've noticed in the past, I'm going to say year or two, I've noticed some pickups with it. People wanting to go after it, collect a little bit. So most of the cards he got in his send-off were mostly 9s, so that's pretty good in all honesty for cards that old. Japanese Fossil, Zapdos, Jungle Vaporeon. I love the Vaporeon card. It's very cool. Again, I've said this in multiple videos. I've really enjoyed the kind of computer-generated looking cards from a lot of the earlier sets. I've always thought they've had a lot of eye appeal to them. I always thought there was something rather special and unique about them. As we keep burning through, a lot of this is earlier stuff. Obviously, Japanese, a little bit of English, but very cool stuff regardless. Fortress, Dugtrio. Seen a handful of these days. The Theater Limited Versus promos, both the Altomare, Latios, and the Latias. So we have both of those there. An 8 and a 10. Interesting split. Wonderful Hitmontop from Neo Discovery. Just the Unlimited. Something else I'm seeing a lot of these days is unlimited cards come through. It used to be all first edition stuff, and these days I'm seeing a ton of cards come through that are unlimited. So I'm not sure if that's a swing in the collector's market, or if that's just something that people realize they can still get the same artworks a lot cheaper. I'm really not sure what it is. But it's cool. I like to see it. Unlimited cards are what a majority of people have that have collections. I know I do appraisal work for people who have like large collections and stuff, and this is mostly through work and whatnot. I know a lot of people through work who need some appraisal work done. I can typically do it while I'm still at work. I flip through a couple pages and say it's worth nothing, or you have something here I need to take a look at. But by and large, I see a lot of unlimited stuff come through when I do appraisal work. So that's kind of an interesting thing to note. I forgot to mention as I'm going through these, and I know you guys can read the labels, of course, various Pikachus with different languages on them. It says Pikachu World as the definition. I'm not quite sure if that's what that's in reference to. But it's a rather cool promotional set. I believe he has the complete set on this one. All languages for each Pikachu. I want to say they all came back 10s. I forget if one of those was a 9 or not, but that's really cool. It's a complete set of different languages. Very cool stuff. Alright guys, that'll do it for part 1. We'll have part 2 uploaded tomorrow. And we'll cover the rest of the cards you see here in the background. We have 4 more users to go through. So once again, big thank you to all the users who submitted with me on this particular round. And of course, thank you as always for your patience as I try to hustle up and get these out and back to you guys. For those of you interested in PSA grading or have a PSA grading related question, feel free to contact me here on my YouTube channel. I also have additional contact information in the description box. If you take a look at that, you can contact me through my Facebook, Skype, or again here on YouTube. All of those are perfectly applicable in order to get a hold of me. Do give me a couple days in order to respond to you, as a lot of times I get caught up at work. At least I'm finding that more and more these days. I do get caught up at work, so give me a couple, 2-3 days, and then if you don't hear from me within a couple days, send another message. So all right guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll have part 2 up tomorrow.